and she is going to give a speech. Number 3, the Confident Communicator Manual, Get to the Point. It's 5 to 7 minutes, and the objective is to let the audience know that they are not alone, and to provide the audience with help and to give them hope. The title of her speech is, I Need Help, What Shall I Do? Welcome, Claudia.
I need help. What shall I do? Recently, I heard somebody talking about some things that disturbed me and gave me some concern. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. What they spoke about was, they asked me some questions about my health coverage. It made me think how little I really understand about my health insurance, because they asked me some questions like, do I know how much it would cost me if I had to spend time in a hospital? Do I know anything about my deductibles and co-pays? And I thought, no, I don't. I need help. What shall I do? They said, what happens if I get disabled, or I'm not able to work and I'm without an income? What about my paycheck? How will I survive? How will I be able to eat? How will I be able to meet my family's needs? And I thought, I do need my check. I said I live from paycheck to paycheck. And I thought, I need help. What should I do? Then they mentioned that term that I really hate hearing, but I've heard it a lot, called budget. They said, do you have a budget? And I thought, I should have a budget. They talked about how important it was to know how much goes in, how much I spend, and all of that. And I thought, I need help. What shall I do? They mentioned Social Security. They threw out some acronyms. And I didn't know exactly what they were talking about, because I thought Social Security is for old people. I'm not that old, so I'm really not thinking about it. But they made me think maybe I should care about it. And I thought, I need help. What should I do? Then finally, they brought up some questions that really sort of disturbed me, because they said, what about those that care about me, those that depend upon me, those that love me? What would happen if I had a life-ending heart attack or stroke, or one morning I just didn't wake up? What would happen to my family? And I thought, I need help. What shall I do? There's good news, because I know a lot of people feel like that. And so what I want to do is share with you some hope, some things you can do. I want to start out with the basics. The basics being that B word that I didn't like, budget. If you don't have a budget, create a budget, a spending plan. Jot down everything you spend. Take a day and write, you know, when you went to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, you went down to the vending machine, you bought gas. Find out how much does it cost to be you. Look at your other expenses. You may find that there's some ways you can save money, and I have yet to find anyone that said, I've got way too much money. So I don't think you'll be disappointed with that activity. The other thing I would suggest, you may have heard this, it's called pay yourself first. Virtually impossible, because the government pays itself first. But make yourself number 2. It's suggested that you save 10%. And I say, because I think you should try to do something that's manageable and doable. If you're not doing anything yet, why don't you start with 1%? Every time, everything you earn, save 1%. I don't suggest you put it in the bank, because then it would probably end up costing you money. But put it in a cookie jar, a coffee can if they still have those, shoebox, but start that habit so you have an emergency fund. When it comes to the health insurance that you didn't know about, the disability, the retirement, talk to your employer. Whoever provides that, get that information. When it comes to retirement, again, Social Security, the government tells us that Social Security will be around. It's not disappearing, they're guaranteeing that. They also are telling us it really is as good as the government. They also, though, are guaranteeing us that the benefits are going to be reduced. Go to their website, ssa.gov, create an account, and get your statement. You can do that. And then finally, the thing that I think that's most important to me is that piece, life insurance. And I know nobody likes to think about it, but as I've said before, 100% of the people that are born will die. That happens. So the unfortunate thing, I suppose, is that we don't know when it will happen. January 13th, 1982, I was 27, 28 years old. Snowy day, Arlington, Virginia. My mother was a high school guidance counselor in a school in DC, had no windows in her office. So she had gone to work. That afternoon I was home because I had gone to try to register for an accounting class at a community college. I called my mother when I got home to tell her the roads were bad. She wasn't stressed about snow, she was from Kansas. She said she'd let people know so she would leave early. About an hour later, I looked out the window because I thought my mother should be home. Half of her car was in the garage and half was out. Her body was on the side of the car. She'd had a massive heart attack, 59 years old. You never know when that will happen. The good thing is, I can help people. If you get that information together, I specialize in helping people. So if you're saying, I don't know what to do, I need help, I can help.
Wow.
Shanice, would you please time 90 seconds so that folks can write, Claudia?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good speech. She has a good message. She's relaxed. She uses good pauses. She comes across very sincere.
And she
Mm-hmm.